Hi everyone, I'm Kay Gantus from Authoresses. This is story time. I'm going to be reading a small excerpt from Blood Dragons Rebel Vampire Volume 1, and that's by Rosemary A Johns. I didn't say anything because there was nothing left to say. I was waiting for second death, and Ruby knew it. That wasn't an easy thing for a bloke to admit, but it was the only freedom I could see. I wouldn't play by their rules, not again. So I refuse to eat. Blood, it's the life for us. Without it, it's game over. Ruby let out a shriek, Christ in heaven, like I'd never heard before, ripping at her long red hair as she swung around in circles like she was ready to annihilate the world. And then Ruby fell quiet. Surprised, I saw tears were streaming down her cheeks. Ruby dropped to her knees next to me, clutching her red pendant with such fierceness she shoved it in front of my peepers. Have you ever wondered why I wear this? Always, but why would you tell me? The sound of her slap echoing for stinging seconds after Ruby had marked me with a handprint. Her eyelashes were matted wet. You will not lie there and die. Ruby traced down the pink of my cheek as if to soothe the hurt before she glanced back at the pendant. I wear it because I want to remember, every moment, what the blood life gave me. What I know, and I've given to you, freedom. I didn't understand when Ruby frowned. My father was a powerful man at court, and as a daughter I was his to be owned and traded to a foolish knave who would have allowed his house and estate to fall to rack and ruin if I hadn't have run it for him, whilst he took whores to our bed. I jolted at Ruby's dispassionate tone, yet her gaze was still fixed steadily on mine. She'd never spoken a word to me before about her first life, and when I once tried to kiss and wheedle it out of her, I only got a hiding for my pains. Then this Plantagenet came to me and offered liberation from my slavery, from men, my father, my brother, my husband, every one of them, forever. I would no longer be their chattel, to a womb to field and breed hearty sons to be sent to fight and be slaughtered. And if I bore a daughter, yet more chattel to be sold and bred from. With tentative fingers I reached out, stroking the cold surface of the pendant. I remembered how Ruby arched under my caress at the place beneath it, from collarbone to collarbone, which had been our secret shared intimacy, until I'd seen Artel do it the same move. Who taught Artel that? Ruby glanced down. This jewel was part of my dowry, the price of my slavery. It was my mother's, famous in its day. My toad of a husband did not wish me to wear it, yet I still did, for I would have what was mine, though needs must I share his bed. Ruby's peepers glinted. I even experienced a momentary flash of sympathy for the poor git who married her. I flaunted it, toyed with him, and so sooth it drove him into a near Abraham. I wear it now because it reminds me of my independence, that I will never be caged again. Sure about that? Like Ruby wasn't caged in this building, just as I was. Ruby's gaze darkened. When I tasted your soul, I knew that just as I have been, yours was trapped and enslaved. So I freed you. You were called to blood life because it's where you belong. That was Blood Dragons, that's Rebels Volume 1 by Rosemary A Johns. You've listened to Storytime, part of the Brain to Book Cyber Convention 2017. I'm Kay Gantus, Authoresses. Thank you for watching.